We often talk about the journey of spiritual awakening. We hear stories of profound insights, life-altering epiphanies. It's a time of intense connection, a feeling of oneness with the universe. But what happens when that peak experience fades? What happens when the fireworks die down and the silence returns? Many people believe this is the end. They think they have lost their connection. They feel a sense of disappointment. They wonder if it was all just a dream. But I am here to tell you that this is not the end. It is the beginning of something far more meaningful and sustainable. Think of it like climbing a great mountain. The spiritual awakening is the moment you reach the summit. You see the world from a breathtaking new perspective. Everything is clear. Everything makes sense. You are filled with awe and wonder. But you cannot live on the mountaintop forever. Eventually, you must descend. The journey back down is not a failure. It is where the real work begins. It is the process of bringing the wisdom of the mountaintop back into the valley of your everyday life. This is the integration phase, and it is the most crucial part of your entire journey. Here's the first strange thing you might notice: a newfound love for silence. Before your awakening, silence might have felt awkward or empty. You might have filled every quiet moment with music, podcasts, television, endless chatter. The absence of noise might have made you feel restless or uncomfortable, forcing you to confront thoughts you would rather avoid. Silence was something to be filled, a void to be decorated with sound. But after the awakening, something shifts dramatically. Suddenly, silence is no longer empty. It feels full, it feels rich and alive. It's like you've discovered a hidden frequency that was always there, but you couldn't tune into it before. Now you find yourself actively seeking it out. Your first instinct is to retreat into silence. You know that the clarity you seek is not in the noise of the world, but in the stillness within your own heart. It's a fundamental shift from seeking outward to listening inward. Think of it like having a private internal advisor. This advisor doesn't shout or demand attention. It speaks in a quiet, steady voice that can only be heard when everything else is turned down. In the silence, you begin to distinguish the voice of intuition from the voice of fear. The silence is the space where this intuitive wisdom can finally be heard. The second strange thing that happens after awakening is that your perception of the physical world becomes incredibly vivid. It's as if someone has turned up the color saturation and clarity on your reality. You start noticing details you never saw before. The intricate patterns on a leaf, the way the sunlight catches dust motes dancing in the air, the complex tapestry of colors in a simple puddle on the street. It's not that the world has changed. It's that your ability to truly see it has been unlocked. You've moved from looking to seeing. Before, you might have walked down the same street every day for years, completely lost in thought. Your physical surroundings were just a blurry backdrop to the movie playing in your head. But after awakening, the veil of thought thins. You are more present in the here and now. And in this presence, the world reveals its incredible beauty. Tasks that you once considered chores can become opportunities for mindfulness and presence. Instead, you feel the warmth of the water on your hands. You notice the smooth surface of the plates. You see the soap bubbles shimmer with iridescent colors. You are fully engaged in the simple act, and in that engagement, you find a quiet joy and peace. Before, you might have believed that happiness was found in big events, a vacation, a promotion, a new relationship, or a major purchase. You were always chasing the next big thing, believing that it would finally make you happy. Now, you discover that joy is not something you have to chase. It's something you can access in any given moment, simply by paying attention. A simple cup of tea, a conversation with a friend where you are truly listening, the feeling of the sun on your skin, these small, everyday moments become profound sources of contentment. The third and perhaps most profound strange thing is the feeling of disconnection from your past self. When you look back at who you were before your awakening, your beliefs, your reactions, your priorities, it can feel like you are looking at a completely different person, as if you are watching a character in a movie. You remember being that person, but you no longer identify with their fears, their dramas, their way of seeing the world. It's a surreal and often unsettling experience. You might look at old photos of yourself, feel a sense of loving compassion for the person you see, but you don't feel like that is you anymore. It is now rooted in the deeper, unchanging awareness that lies beneath all of that. Navigating this identity shift requires patience and self-compassion. It's important to honor the person you were without judgment. That old self was doing the best they could, was a necessary part of the journey that led you to where you are now. Seeing your past self with kindness is a crucial step in integrating your new awareness. You are simply reframing it as the prologue to your true story. You learn to express your new perspective without being preachy or judgmental. It's about honoring your own truth, while also honoring where others are on their own unique journeys. So, what is the ultimate purpose of this post-awakening journey? It is simply this: to live an ordinary life in an extraordinary way. The goal is to bring the light of your awareness into every corner of your everyday existence. Your purpose is to be a quiet force of peace, love, not by what you say, but by how you are. Your very presence becomes a gift to those around you, but by a new relationship with them. Life is no longer a battle to be won, but a dance to be enjoyed. Embracing this new chapter is finding the sacred in the simple, but a way you walk the path. You are beginning the most beautiful and rewarding chapter of all, the one where you simply get to be you. Your journey has just begun.